All right, ready to roll?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it is August the 24th, and this is part 2 of 2. So if you are just seeing this video for the first time, hit stop, go back to part 1, and we are going to quickly move right into where we left off. It is
August 24th.
Friday, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Friday. So we have until Sunday to complete the draw. So we are going to do all viewer comments. Again, this is the most important thing. This is why we do this, is so we can all have a voice in this world of lessening tennis coverage on an objective level. Keep it professional, though. I think we had a couple of slips of the tongue last time, so I'm sorry for that. Again, we have a high school.
Well, I said it.
We have a high school team that we coach, and a lot of the kids follow this, and I did not mean.
No, it was me.
It wasn't awful, but I'm very sorry for that. We apologize. That was a hypothetical racket smash, and we should not have smashed our racket. So I thought about that. I couldn't stop it. It was too far in, so we apologize for saying a 3-letter word.
I know, I made it longer.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry about that. We smashed our rackets and therefore lost that match. We try to be so easy.
Next time I'll spell it out.
Yeah.
I'll spell it out next time.
All right. So anyway, see, I'm dinging up your racket. I'm dinging up your racket. I just dropped it.
All right.
All right. So we left off at viewer comments hadn't started. Here we go. She's gonna start reading. Let's go. We're gonna jump into the draws afterwards. And again, if we get to the end of viewer comments, we have no time left.
All right.
Then we'll do draws.
First comment, Wayne Chia. Thank goodness Rafa got a relatively easy draw. Federer meeting Djokovic in quarters, and Federer might have to get past Kyrgios in third round. Rafa on paper will face Ferrer, Kachanov, Edmund, Anderson, and Del Potro.
Yeah.
Man, when that draw came out, I was so happy. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Rafa got a good draw. I mean, the toughest match he would have to face, in my opinion.
Kachanov in the third.
No, I don't. I think he'll cruise him. Del Potro would be the toughest match. She'll beat Anderson.
Now, David Ferrer about 5 or 6 years ago, maybe even a decade ago, would have gave him a struggle, but definitely not now.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
He plays Ferrer in the first round.
He does.
Now, watch out for Gilles Muller. Muller can bring the pain. Watch out for Muller. Muller can bring it. He's in that section too. But my anticipation is that Nadal will meet Kachanov or Muller in the third round. And the fourth round's a possibility between Edmund. I don't think Jack Sock's going anywhere. He's in that section as well. She's got 2-year-old duty.
Sorry, I'm back.
So I just went over Nadal's section with his closest seed, Kachanov, with Muller being in the midst. Watch out for Vasek Pospisil, the Canadian. He can bring it too, so watch out for him.
All right, next comment, Kane. I'm not going to say the last name because I have problems pronouncing
Shrobojanovic?
Shrobojanovic.
Let's go!
Kyrgios by far is the most talented tennis player on tour right now. More talented than Federer, Novak, Rafa, anyone. Justin Brown comes to mind, but he's too one-dimensional. Kyrgios has everything. Now Banyan was like that. Alas, that head is missing a couple of screws. Big ones too. Not sure that's fixable, but it happens. Kyrgios will be an unbeatable monster. HOF material.
Hall of Fame.
I think it's too late for Kyrgios. Yeah, he is talented, super talented, but I think it's too late.
Obviously, this is up for comment of the day. A lot of these comments, again, I haven't had the opportunity to read. Carla has been 100% on top of it. Carla, thank you for that.
And well, I usually write, this is Carla. If it's him, he won't write.
And not because of not wanting to. I love to read the comments, but sometimes it's nice to be surprised by one to discuss, so I haven't thought about it so much where I wear my mind out, 1. And 2, sometimes it's hard for me to navigate this type of stuff because I'm just learning it for the first time in my life, and I think she's more savvy at that. But this is up for comment of the day. That very first sentence. Read that very first sentence.
Kyrgios by far the most talented player on tour right now.
All right, right there. I agree with this. He is the most talented, gifted player on tour right now with what he can do. But the thing is, he can only do it when he doesn't lose his cool, which is very often. I agree with this. I've told you. I've only proclaimed the only person I see in the near future within 2 years that could be #1 by looking at his entire package, the way he hits, the way he acts, the way he walks, the way he talks, how he presents himself. Kind of like an NFL quarterback. You know, who's going to walk like a Brady and act like a Manning? Who's going to be that Aaron Rodgers? You know, you have to be a really top-notch person mentally and physically to push. Djokovic is a specimen. Federer, 10 years ago, specimen. Nadal now, specimen. Maybe 80.
Federer 10 years ago? You mean Federer 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 years. Well, 10 years ago was his ultimate. You know, I mean, 2007 U.S. Open era, 2008 when he was streaming off Wimbledon's like nothing. That was his ultimate gazelle-like gliding Federer. Was then. I saw him play twice at the U.S. Open.
All right.
That's when he was flying.
All right. I don't want to go deep.
But nonetheless, up for comment of the day there. Kyrgios is highly gifted, but his mentality is just absolutely whack.
It is. Another message from Kane. By the way, guys, want to give you kudos for the civil discourse you're creating on your channel. Reining in the fans to behave is mission impossible, but you're doing it pretty cool.
Let's go.
Thank you very much.
As I responded in a comment, I think the other day, life's tough. I know everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, where you live. Some people have it much tougher than others, but life's tough. I think we can all agree with that in one way, shape, or form. Doesn't matter how much money you got. Believe me, you might hurt personally. It doesn't matter if you have no money. You might be in love inside. Everyone has their own ups and downs, and here I find it as a way to make my day complete in a good way. I don't do the social media stuff like the Facebook stuff. She does it. Her name, I think, on there is Justin space Carla space Davis, but a lot of it's so nasty mouthed, and I like to look at my kids, my 2-year-old, my 6-year-old, my 9-year-old, my 14-year-old, my 16-year-old, and just smile. And sometimes if I get sucked into something like that, it doesn't make for a great day all the time. Right. So thanks for keeping professional. Again, we have kids that we teach, a high school team that we participate with. And furthermore, would you go into a business meeting and say, hey, boss, you know, bleep, 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 bleep off, I like it this, bleep, 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 bleep. Well, you wouldn't do it at a business meeting, so I think it's best not to do it here.
Right.
Let's go.
All right, Kia Sama says, Nadal got all the big servers on his side, but he usually doesn't have that much problems with them.
Good
anyway, should be interesting to see how far Wawa goes. As for Federer, he should waltz into the quarters with his eyes closed. Could he have asked for a better draw? And why are these all experts making it seem like Novak's path is so difficult because Federer's in his path? Do they really still think he's got to get a chance against Nola in a 5-setter? I guess all the defaults at hands of Novak's these past few years are the US Open still hasn't sunk in yet. Well, I sent Kia a message. I told her I completely disagree with what she's saying. She did send a message back to me saying that she woke up this morning and considered Nadal one lucky. You add the rest. If he doesn't get to the finals, it's all due to having a really bad day or being struck by once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to knock him out. Go ahead. I'll let you go first.
Let's be real. Let's be really honest here. All right. Let's just be real clear. In terms of Rafael Nadal's level of game, and you look at anybody else on this list, I don't care what the seeds are. Kachanov, Sock, Edmund, Thiem, Batista Agut, Shapovalov, Anderson, Del Potro, Verdasco, Koric, Tsitsipas, Isner, Zumor, Raonic, Dimitrov.
He got a dream.
They're all great players, don't get me wrong. But Nadal's may not even drop a set. All right, let's be first and foremost. Now, let's go down to Federer's half. Okay, he has in his bottom half, Cilic, Manarino, Cecchinato, both of them are irrelevant to me. Goff and Schwartzman irrelevant to me. Nishikori, Krajinovic irrelevant to me. Zverev, Djokovic, Gasquet, Pouille, Carino Busta, Fognini, Chung, Kyrgios, and Benoit Pierre there was less players scattered throughout the whole top half than there is jammed into Federer's bottom section.
Yeah, Federer got a tough draw.
Federer's first match against Nishioka, a young Japanese player. Heard of him? Federer should roll. Then he has a potential. Then he meets Benoit Pierre. Benoit Pierre took him 3 sets and had a match point against not long ago, right? Yeah. Where was that? I forget where that was, but that was recently. Then Kyrgios the next round. I think Kyrgios should win that match, honestly. Just saying. And then if he beat Kyrgios, then he would have to face Djokovic. Oh my goodness.
He got the worst draw
possible. And then if he were to beat Djokovic,
he's got to go through Cilic.
Yeah, I mean he's having to meet Cilic.
And he could lose to Cilic on hard court.
And he could lose to Cilic. And then he would have to meet Nadal. Holy shnikes, Batman.
That's a tough draw. And to say that Djokovic, for the media to be saying that Djokovic has a tough draw.
All right, so look.
No, his toughest match will be Federer, which he could beat him.
Wait a minute, let's be real here. Fusovic, the Hungarian guy, Fusovic, he's a strong player. He's not going to beat him. If he played his best game of his career, he'd have a chance. But Djokovic wins here, right? So then you've got Sandgren and some other. He'll roll through that. So he's given a third round. Then he has Gasquet. He'll roll over Gasquet respectively. Yeah. And then
maybe Carino Busta.
And then maybe Carino Busta and the fourth, and then a potential Federer. Or Kyrgios.
Cilic would be his toughest match.
So Cilic would be his toughest match.
Cilic has a good chance.
If Kyrgios lights up his mind in a professional way and stays cool and uses his talents and doesn't try to hit tweeners at match point, when he's got a wide open court and then squanders a tweener at the net for some ridiculous reason. Whatever, but if he does that, he's got no shot. But if he just stays cool, calm, collected, maybe hires a coach like, I don't know, Edberg for like one day, just for this match, I think he might be all right.
You know, I'm going to say something crazy, and they're probably going to get mad when I say this. But if Kyrgios beats Federer, I hope he beats Djokovic. I don't like Kyrgios, but I like to see this guy not waste his talent.
I disagree there totally.
I don't think it'll happen. I know it won't happen.
Did she just say that?
I know. Justin,
okay, she's good. Hey, look.
No,
you guys better drill her for that. If you don't drill her for that, this is what we're gonna call the.
You didn't hear what I said.
You got to drill her for that.
I said if Kyrgios,
she just said no. Wait a minute. Stop.
If Kyrgios beats Federer, I hope he beats Djokovic.
Okay, you remember?
I hope, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I do not think it's gonna happen.
What?
I don't think this guy should waste his talent.
Okay,
he shouldn't waste it. He has the potential to be both players.
Can I ask you a question?
And Nadal.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Without you interrupting.
Yeah.
Okay, so think about Novak Djokovic. Okay, let's say if Kyrgios beats Federer, right, and Kyrgios meets Djokovic, you would rather have Kyrgios, the one that had the water bottle's mouth, doing this with his mouth in a really unprofessional way. And again, we have a respectable channel, and that's how it's going to remain. But that was on national TV. And I guarantee you our tennis students in high school have seen this and have talked about it. Just being professional.
You know why I like to be the villain? I like to be the...
So you would rather that person beat Djokovic?
Not really.
Well, at least give him some time to pay off his debt for that. I mean, come on. How do you even say that?
Because people are saying he's talented. And
well, he is talented. But how could you wish that he would beat Djokovic? I mean, that makes no sense.
That way Nadal could beat him.
You know she's a Nadal fan right now. Look, I like Federer, but I like Djokovic and Nadal.
Justin, do you know why?
I'm even. Even all the way across.
You know why I say that? Because
I don't know why you said that.
This is why I say that. Nadal would have a better chance of winning the US Open if Djokovic goes down before they meet each other.
Oh, I disagree with your statement 100%. All right, let's go. Next comment.
People are going to kill me on this one.
Yeah, they're going to fry you.
Okay, so Kia says, oh, so while we wait for part 2 to be loaded, I'm laughing my head off at the draw as my prediction wish came true. Look who's playing. Wawa in the first round again. And I have to say, Nadal's draw looks pretty loaded and tough. Ouch. But Nadal being Nadal will get through all second. The theory that many Djokovic fans are also fans of Nadal. If there wasn't an Ola around, I'd be in Nadal's corner for sure. I like the guy. OCD tendency aside. I'll go and take a look at the women's draw and try to come up with my predictions for finalist winners.
Let's go, Kia. We're going to keep the draws open to win again the Racquet until the draws lock. Just get them in by Sunday before the matches start on Monday. But by the way, she mentioned Wawrinka Dimitrov there, didn't she?
Yeah.
Okay. Dimitrov Wawrinka first round. We've talked about that. Whoever wins that next match is GL Simon. Simon can play. Okay,
He'll get through it.
One of them will get through it.
And Rahesh says he likes Simon.
But they're going to have to play some tennis, in other words. So Dimitrov Wawrinka is going to take out a lot out of both players, whoever goes further. And then Simone is going to take some energy out of one of those. And then who would be waiting would be Ray Enix, specifically. If they get through that match, they're going to be waiting on a potential Isner. And then if they get through that match, they're going to be waiting on a potential Del Potro. And then if they get through that match, they're waiting on a potential Nadal. Again, the only people Nadal really has in his way is Kachanov in the third round. What are you going to say? Jack Sock or Edmund is going to give him trouble? No. You think Shapovalov, Anderson?
No, not Shapovalov. You got Bautista and Thiem.
Yeah, but I didn't even have Bautista even winning in the second round.
This top side would be...
Don't forget about Thiem in there.
Yeah, Anderson. Yeah.
So I'm just saying, Nadal has a gliding path to the final. He has a gliding path to the final. His first test, I think, would be with Del Potro. I think he can handle Thiem. I think he can handle Edmund. I think he can handle Shapovalov. I think he can handle Anderson. If Murray's in there, but I think Del Potro will take out Murray before he even thinks about seeing Nadal. Tsitsipas and Coric, to me, are a deadlock in the third round. Raonic and Dimitrov, I mean, that's a coin toss. Raonic and Wawrinka, that's a coin toss. I'm just out on that section. That section is too dicey.
Yeah.
All right, next comment.
Our next comment is from Kane. He says, hey guys, I'm in LA, California. I love your porch. I'm feeling you're somewhere in the East Coast. Am I right?
Gulf of Mexico, off the coast of Alabama, right on the Gulf Coast. That way is Mobile, Alabama. This canal here, the water behind us is the Mobile Bay. Directly to my south is the Gulf of Mexico. Fort Gaines, there's like a Civil War fort here, just over the tree line, about a mile that way. But hey, LA, again, from California, we talked about this on part 1. So I'm with you there. I'm from San Francisco and so forth. We discussed that.
Right.
All right, let's roll.
Next comment. Rahesh says, Carla, if you like Nadal's pumping jumping, then we like Novak's pumping. Okay. Rahesh. Hey, it doesn't matter if it runs to 4 or 5 parts. No worries. We will watch. Thank you, Rahesh. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate that, Rahesh. We got more. We got drilled for the 4-part deal. Never had a problem with part 3. But we got hammered and deservedly so for the 4 parts. And plus, we were tired. That took our whole night away. So we'll try to keep it at 2.
All right.
But thank you. And during the U.S. Open, as someone else said, there's a high probability that we will, at least the first couple days, going through the 128 or 64 matches or whatever it is, 64 matches on men's and women's side. Yeah, it may go 3 at the U.S. Open, but only in the early days.
Right. Stimpy says, men's final, Dimitrov, Djokovic, winner Djokovic. Women's final, Sloane Stephens, Kiki Bertens, winner Kiki Bertens.
Wow, big time picks. We talked about this in part 1. Stimpy, I do not think, no offense, I love you, man. Love you, man. Let's go.
Hey, you never know. I mean,
I do not think you have a shot at that.
From what I read from the odds maker is that they said, according to them, we will be surprised. We could have a new champion on the women's side.
Yeah, we were looking at favorite odds today. We were again in Mobile driving, and we were looking up some odds makers favorites for the tournament. I think Serena's a 5-1 at the best odds to
Halep
win,
was 12-2.
and Halep was behind her at 2.
And then Federer was behind.
Yeah, and on men's side, was it Djokovic? That was the favorite.
Djokovic was at 250, plus 250. I don't know what that means. And then Nadal was at 300.
Yeah,
350.
So you know, the old saying is the house usually wins. We'll see. I don't know if, in my opinion, Serena's the favorite, but I know it's really tough to bet against her. Again, I'm not going to tell you who my fantasy team picks are until the draw is locked, but I have already selected my men's and women's teams, finalists, and winners. I've already got them written down.
I do not. Not yet.
She's slacking over here.
I know. I'm waiting to see who goes through qualies. There's some matches that I think could surprise some people in the draw.
Bouchard's coming through.
Right.
All right, here we go.
Kia says, you make it look easy, Justin. Nice. She's talking about your backhand, your old Woody backhand.
Oh, so there's a video on one of our playlists. It's on the video of Justin and Carla hitting, and I put a thumbnail on it where it has the same ones I've been putting, like with Federer and 5K Tennis, our logo, and some other stuff. And I had strung a wooden tennis racket, and Carla took me out, and I was hitting pretty good. I felt like I was hitting well with the Woody. So if you go to that video, I recorded it a couple of months ago, and I never did anything with it. It was just there with no really titles or really anything. But if you go to a playlist, I put it on our playlist. It says Carla and Justin hitting, and look for where it has like a created thumbnail, and then it says hit with the Woody, and then click on it, and you'll see that you can cause real damage with the Woody.
Well, I was hitting super soft, so
that's okay.
I don't know that you can cause damage with a Woody.
I can cause damage with the Woody.
Okay, next comment. Kia Sama.
What? Oh, that comment. Okay. Oh, are you messing with?
I was hitting very soft, so he didn't hit the ball. If I would have hit like I normally hit, I promise you, he wouldn't get one back.
Oh, okay.
Not with a Woody.
Okay. Oh, with a Woody.
Not with a Woody, I'm talking about.
I hope
it's
not.
Tough to hit with a Woody.
It's really tough to hit with a Woody.
Can you imagine me hitting the ball with my regular racket going wah-pa, and you trying to hit it back with a Woody?
Oh, I thought you went off in some tangent. That was maybe.
No, I'm talking about. There's no
like
way.
An actual wooden tennis racket.
No, I'm talking about wooden racket. There's no way that somebody can.
I just proved that on video. I thought you went like off in some goofy way.
No.
You said Woody with a tennis racket.
Where is your mind?
I don't know. I just thought that's.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
All right.
Let's go to the next thing.
Anyway, I would beat you with a Woody.
If he can't beat me with a modern racket, you're gonna beat me with a Woody?
Are you serious?
Do you want to put that video?
What video?
You with a Woody and me with my racket.
I will beat you.
Tell you what, I'll even use one leg and.
I'll beat you with a Woody.
I'll hop and play him with my racket. He plays with Woody.
You'll see.
Okay.
You got no.
You think you're gonna be able to serve like you normally do with Woody?
We gotta move forward.
Okay, Kia Sama. Speaking of Choisky, he's in the draw. Did he play in qualifying? What's his ranking? How does he get into the main draw when you rarely see him in any other tournaments all year? Am I missing something? And what do you think of Serena being given the number 17 seed? Fair, or were there reasons sketchy? That quip about her great summer hardcore season had me shaking my head. But otherwise, your thoughts. Another great discussion, guys. Can't wait to break down the draw with you all tomorrow. Good night from the neck of the woods.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen Choisky all year. And he didn't have to play qualifying rounds. We know this already. He's in the draw.
Yep.
What's his first match?
I don't know. I didn't pick him to win the first round, whoever it was.
He's ranked 102.
I don't know. I didn't.
That is a little weird. That is a little weird.
No. Well, first off, I brought Troicki, or we brought Troicki and Tipsarevic up yesterday. We both were fond of them. And again, I shot from the hip that I think Troicki had something.
But you were right.
Some type of involvement with an illegal substance, at least that you get tested for in tennis. And I think he was suspended for that, something like that. But I looked it up after I said that because I felt guilty, and I'd hate to say that. And from what I read, it's pretty much true. So it's good to see him back. I mean, we're human beings. We make mistakes. Gosh knows I've made so many mistakes in my life, and some I've had to pay for dearly. But nonetheless, I wish the best for Troicki, and I hope he does well. He plays
Sangren first round.
All right, so he plays the guy.
And then
Sangren.
Djokovic.
So they set him up, but that's okay. That's okay. That's a setup match there. He should beat Sandgren, and unfortunately Djokovic will shake his hand and give him a big hug at the end of that butt whipping.
And then she mentions the Serena thing about her ranking.
Yeah, well, Serena's ranking, does it really matter? I mean, they could put her number 1 if they wanted. They could put her 453 if it matters. It doesn't matter. For me, she's a shoe-in to meet Halep, and what happens after that match, I'm not going to get into yet because I don't want anybody knowing my picks.
Okay. Kia says, one last thing. You asked about the retirement of topics, right? Well, the problem with that is that you're bound to get new viewers in the future who want to talk about said topics. And instead of putting them off with the no topic is banned, reopen without dwelling too much, unless you have an exceptional comment that warrants a long discussion. And now I really did you both adios.
Great comment, and yes, we agree, talked about that, actually appreciate the help, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
Okay.
So it's gone both ways. There's been people like, yeah, and other people are like, no. So I think we're going to leave that one open. Again, when I talked about grunting, it was hands down. Everybody was like, stop talking about grunting. So I stopped. So I got voted from a number to a nil, and here we're having mixed. So we're going to keep it open. Feel free.
Stefan says, love the honesty. Chances of Carla becoming a Novak fan are equal to chances of Murray winning the US Open this year.
Dang.
But I will tell you one thing. I don't know how your brother survived in that family. If my sister told me she's a Nadal fan over Novak, she would probably get one-way ticket to Madrid. Just joking. Just a quick update on Tipsarevic. He had a really nasty surgeries on his feet and on his knee. He said in one interview, I never wanted to quit from tennis career, but I couldn't stand going to so many surgeries, so I feel in depression. However, he's recovering at the moment. He opened up a great tennis academy in Belgrade, so I expect some new stars being born in the coming years. I didn't know that. That's sad.
I think that's great.
But that's sad that, yeah. Well, at least he opened up a tennis academy. I'd send my kids there.
And that was Stefan's comment?
Yeah.
I did not see that comment as she did. Have you read that before?
I laughed when he said that if that were his sister, he'd send it to Madrid.
I had not heard that. To know that information in Tipsarevic, thank you very much. That's kind of a deep comment that Tipsarevic quoted. I've always respected him as a player. He was always a fighter. Tried his best. Djokovic stood in his way a lot.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, thank you for that. That's definitely up for full comment of the day. That's a fact. Really well said.
Yeah. I think Rahesh said, how could I like Tipsarevic and not Djokovic? Well, I like Tipsarevic look a bit more, so.
Agreed.
All right, Rahesh says, the real crybaby's Andy. Totally agree. I think you and I agree on that. Andy Murray.
Oh, Andy Murray?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to find Monfils in my draw, and we'll get to that in a little while, if we get lucky. But Murray, for me, Andy Murray, since I've known Carla, we watched Andy Murray since a very young age. Myself, Carla, her father, her brother, my father, we've all from the very get-go, watching Murray, have all said the look in his eyes makes you feel like sometimes at the biggest moments he's still lost. He's still kind of a junior up here. No disrespect. Obviously, he's won a couple of majors, or 3, I think. How many majors? 2 Wimbledons in the U.S., 3. So, great for Murray. I don't dislike him, but I'm not fond of his game. Again, I hit a 1, and he hits a 2, and that's just the start. But I never have considered him one of the gladiators.
No,
he's hung in there and had his shots, but again, never anything more than, I guess, at the right place at the right time for the 3 majors that he won. Not a big Murray fan.
Excuse me. Sorry.
2-year-old alert. Alright, so while she's bringing little guy inside, you always have to have a plan B for the little guy. For 2 things I want to mention on Nadal's half. Jack Sock being the closest top seed to him outside of Kachanov. No shot. I think Jack Sock is basically in the category of any qualifier or any other seed or any other player in the entire draw. No disrespect to Jack Sock, But again, he made the finals last year. I think he even won that. I don't know even how that even happened. Not a Jack Sock fan. I was just saying in Nadal's upper quarter, the really biggest seed outside of Kachanov is Jack Sock, or he is the biggest seed, less Edmund. You know what I mean? So he's really got a nice draw. Anyway, we're back to the...
Yes, Stefan is the next comment. And when we talk about stars in the making, keep an eye on Olga Danilovic. She's 17 years old, and last month she won her first career WTA singles title in Moscow, becoming the first player born in the 2000s to win a WTA singles event, and the first time in history the lucky loser gets to win a title.
I think she lost today in qualies, though.
She did lose today, yeah.
And
he says Olga has a bright future.
Yeah, that's
speedy recovery.
Yeah, Auger Elysium is the Canadian kid that I've talked about for a couple of weeks now, or maybe even a couple of months. I can't recall. I agree with him there. We looked at the girl. I had not heard of her, honestly. I noticed she was playing in qualifying, and she did lose today. So we'll hope better for her next year.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah. Rahesh says, Carla, I like the
How many comments do you have left?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're at 26 minutes. You got about...
Okay. I'll try to hurry.
How many you have?
A few more.
All right, let's go.
Rahesh says, Carla, I like the way you say I like Tipsarevic. Trojki C, I love Serbian players. The big difference is that Novak really had the passion, eagerness than these two. Yes, Tipsy was great, but he's a kid in front of Novak.
True.
Victor has a bad attitude and cost him a lot.
Agreed.
And he has potentially maybe a Serbian Kyrgios. Anyways, glad you guys talked about Tipsy. I like Simon, and he's always trouble fed. There was another Russian player who played against trouble fed, and the French guy, Beneteau, also trouble fed. I like them because they will be fed.
Agreed here. Agree here. Across the board. Across the board. Great comment, Rahesh. I agree 100%.
Verzi says, I sent my picks a long time ago. You even discussed in the show. Kerber defeated Halep. Federer defeated Nadal, if you remember. And both did land on opposite sides of the draw now. This was for Wimbledon, but only one made it. So
yes, this is a great fact. He's correct, and I forgot. Verzi09 is correct. Verzi had picks, but I think we did that in like the middle of the tournament. And I don't think that was correct at the end anyway.
No, it was not. No.
But again, for the racket, make sure you get your men's and women's picks in. For the racket, men's and women's picks with the finalists. And if you only win one, again, grip strings. And believe me, I've sent 3 out rackets before over the year in a fantasy group that we do, so it does happen.
Okay, Wayne M. Chia says, other than Federer, who has deteriorated, none of Rafa's projected opponents of the quarterfinals have beaten him. Emma has also not been playing well. I think the tricky opponent is Kachanov. Djokovic also has a nice draw until Federer. Nonetheless, anything can happen.
I think I think he's correct here, except I think in Nadal's whole top half, not just a section, but the whole top half, I think that Nadal's toughest battles are Kachanov and Del Potro.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Dark Knight says, please keep the GO conversations open. I love hearing different opinions. I'm a Rafa fan, by the way, but love watching Djokovic and Federer play and comparing the 3. Awesome.
We're going.
Ivankova says, Stefan's a beautiful name indeed. It's name
Ivankova.
It's name of my son, and it's also name of Djokovic's son. Regarding the US Open draw, Federer Djokovic quarterfinals. Let's go.
Exactly.
Okay.
Great comment.
Wayne Chia said, it's hard to tell if Nadal will break down first. No one expected him to be #1 at 32. Everyone was saying his game does too much damage to his body. So he's right about that. 32 years old and he's #1.
Yeah, I mean, good for him.
I only have a few more.
All right.
Wayne Chia says, during the Open, you might have to go more than 2 parts. Keep them coming.
Yeah, the U.S. Open, I just want to pause right here. We're about to run out of time in part 2, and I promise we're not going for more than 2. At the U.S. Open, the first couple of days, with a total of 128 matches between men and women's on the first day, yeah, we might be here a while, so don't shoot us, but we will wind it back down to 2. She loves the U.S. Open, so she gets super excited about it.
Okay, Wayne Chia says, talk about a shit draw. Federer really got it bad.
Watch the 4-letter words.
I'm sorry, I wrote what somebody said.
No, I'm just kidding. Totally kidding. That's a beautiful comment. I like the same. He's a Nadal fan.
Yes.
I get it. Let's go.
Okay, well, he says Federer really got it bad, but recall the Wimby. Federer had a tough draw, only to have tough opponents, Koric and Celik, eliminated one after another. The final twist was Fed himself eliminated by Anderson. Yeah.
He's right.
All right, we got a new viewer, new comment.
Let's go.
His name is Lavancio Ramos,
Spaniard.
He says, first, I'm an Oleg fan, and I hate Serena Williams with all my strength. It couldn't be more obvious that she is Nadal of the WTA. She wins because she is strong. She's not talented player or smart. Look at Graffer Hennig. What a smart and beautiful game, both handed out on courts.
Awesome.
Next comment is David Rains.
Let's go, Ramos.
I'm pulling for Rafa in New York. Did you see Rafa's quote? The glory is being happy. The glory is not winning here or winning there. The glory is enjoying practicing. Enjoy every day. Enjoy to work hard, trying to be a better player than before. This guy just flat out inspires me. Also, I have to thank 5K Tennis. Justin helped me with a one-handed backhand, and I just won a match against a player I had never beaten. The one-hander was the key. Let's go.
Let's go, Dave.
Sorry, Justin. I do have to go with my partner, Carla Double Sport.
Yeah, so Dave came down from Cincinnati. That's where we got these hats from. What's up, Dave? Thank you for the hat. We worked on his one-handed backhand. He took it back home to Cincinnati and won a match against someone he's never beaten and used the one-hander. Let's go! Let's go!
That's it for comments.
All right, guys. We are at about 2 minutes remaining. I think we discussed some of the draw stuff within this, and I'm not going to push you to 3. We are going to get through these draws, whether it goes part 3 again by Sunday. We've talked about them a lot, okay? So we are going to see you tomorrow for more topics, more discussions. Don't forget the Racquet deadline, and that's going to be it for today. So we will see you tomorrow. I think, remember where we left off? We didn't quite get into the draws. I think we've discussed them. Nadal has a nice draw. We talked about where Serena and Venus are. Garcia up top and Sharapova in there. Madison Keys, can she do anything? Kerber's in there. Kvitova's there. Kontaveit and Wozniacki can meet up soon. Wozniacki meets Stosur in the first round. I like Stosur there. Anyway, a lot of stuff going on. Stay tuned. The show is your show. Thank all of you, because we wouldn't have this amount of fun for an hour every day if it wasn't for you. So, with all due respect, much love to all of you. Like it.
Thank you for the new viewers.
Yeah, the new viewers, man. Appreciate it. Again, it makes us feel like we're doing something right instead of everything wrong. So thank you all so very much. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And this run-up to the U.S. Open is about to be current U.S. Open. Let's go! Like it, subscribe to it, share it, and as Carla always says,
Adios.
Adios. So you got 1 minute. How can they? So we have 1 minute. How can they get in touch with you on the media platforms? Instagram is
5K Tennis.
5K Tennis.
Yep. Twitter is 5K Tennis 1.
Okay.
And then you got Facebook. That's Justin space Carla space Davis
with a C.
With a C, or 5K space tennis. But I think even if they put it as 5K Tennis, they'll still find us.
All right.
And then you have the email, which is 5ktennis@mail.com.
@mail.com. And then we have a website we were messing with, but kind of got lost with that. And
no, it's not that we just haven't had much to put
and that's 5ktennis.com.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Adios.
Don't forget the racket. Okay.
And the dog if you wanted to.
All right, you can have the dog. There you go.
What are you doing?
Katana.